Right, now you've got your bass all tuned up and you're raring to go. The next thing is to figure out how you're going to hit the thing. When I say hit it, I mean strike the strings at least, because there's lots of different ways of doing this. You can do it with your fingers, and of course, where you hit it defines what sort of sound you're going to get out of the instrument. The further towards the back, towards the bridge you do it, then the more defined a sound you're going to get. As I said earlier, the further you move up the guitar, then the warmer and rounder it becomes. Also, there's the thing of what strings you're going to use, although this is probably a bit early. Once you've been playing for a little bit, you'll figure out what you want, because there's round wounds, which are kind of the standard, what pretty much everyone uses, or you can get flat wound strings, which are a duller, more old-fashioned sort of sound, but some people seem to like them. The other type of playing is, of course, you can play with your thumb, like Sting does. Again, I don't know why people do this, but they do. I guess it's an easy way of muting the strings. That's if you want it to be that sort of quite camp old film music type sound. But I don't think anyone watching is really going to want to do that just yet. That's a choice that you can make later. The most common way of playing the bass, certainly in rock music, and probably the easiest, probably the best one to start with, is with a pick. This is all pretty much how you play a guitar. And again, this also has the advantage, for a start, gives you a lot of attack, and it means that everyone in the room can hear you, but also means you can mute the strings quite easily. So the best things for you to do, I'd recommend, is what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at an octave and see what feels most comfortable for you. When I say by playing an octave, we're going to take an E, the bottom note, and then the next octave up, which is the next E, which you'll find on the 7th fret of the 2nd string, the A string, which should be where the 3rd marker is. Right, something I haven't referred to before, but most basses are marked. They have these dots, which will be at the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, and 15th and 17th strings. Not that the 15th and 17th come in for an awful lot of action. Not yet, anyway. So what I want you to do is just try with your fingers, playing an octave, playing an E in an octave, see how that feels, and then try it with a pick. The difference with a pick is that you've got a choice of doing upstrokes or downstrokes. As you see, I'm doing what's called downstrokes there, where I'm just going that way. An upstroke is when you're coming this way. And so you can play it like this, or you can play it like this, which is where you're coming back on the upstroke on the other string. Although the difference is when you play it with your fingers, it's a lot easier to mute your 2nd string. When I say mute, I mean that's stopping it when the other string starts playing. So you can go like that, or so have a go.